What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and a deal has been made. This is your stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, that bipartisan group of lawmakers, as you know, that said they were going to pick up negotiations after things fell apart with President Joe Biden and Shelley Moore Capito. Well, they let us know yesterday evening that they have the framework set for a new proposal for a stimulus deal for the infrastructure bill. So this is breaking news that just unfolded yesterday. We're going to be diving into all the details in today's video. I'm going to dive you right into a bunch of video clips of what's unfolding. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, keeping you up to date on stimulus, Congress, the economy, don't forget to smash the like button, leave your comments, share this out if you find it valuable. And if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Take a look at these video clips.
We've got a news alert out of Washington. Let's get to Elon Moy for that. Elon.
Melissa, a group of 10 senators, both Democrats and Republicans, say that they have reached a bipartisan agreement on a framework for an infrastructure plan. Now, they don't say exactly how large this plan would be, but they do say that it would be fully paid for and that it would not include any tax increases. This group of 5 Republicans and 5 Democrats say that they are still discussing this plan with their colleagues as well as with the White House, that they do feel that this could lay the groundwork to garner broad support from both parties as well as meet America's infrastructure needs. Of course, this agreement comes after those direct negotiations between President Biden and Republican Senator Shelley Moore Capito broke down earlier this week. Now we're seeing this new bipartisan infrastructure proposal. We will see if this gets further traction both on Capitol Hill and with the White House.
Now, that was a news report that came out as this information broke. That was a breaking news report. However, since then, we've actually had a lot more details unveiled. And I'm going to be diving into an article that's going to give us some more details about this infrastructure agreement. And then after that, I'm going to be sharing with you some more video footage as we actually already have responses from congressional leaders on this deal, and we're going to be discussing the potential paths forward. So first up, link in the description below to this article that just came out this morning that is from CNN Politics that says, here's what we know about the bipartisan infrastructure deal. And it says, here's what we know so far. What's in the deal? While the group didn't publicly reveal specifics of the agreement, several sources tell CNN that they have crafted a package that includes the following. Now, first, this is going to be a $1.2 trillion spending over the course of the next 8 years. $974 billion of that will be spent over the course of the first 5 years. Now, the plan calls for $579 billion of new spending, and the spending will be focused on core physical infrastructure. Now, that's very important to note because this is going to be a 2-part infrastructure package. So this is just the first part focused on physical infrastructure. Now, the second part is where we will see social infrastructure that could include things like a 4th federal level stimulus check, an extension of the child tax credit that will provide monthly checks to parents, maybe more unemployment benefits, maybe we'll see that free college tuition, that free childcare. Those social benefits and provisions could be included in the second portion. So if you don't see it in this one, don't worry. That's going to be coming potentially in that second part of the infrastructure package. Now, also reading on, it says the plan will be paid for without tax hikes, and many of the specific details still need to be ironed out. So that's what we know so far on this bipartisan infrastructure agreement. Now we're going to be taking a look at some more video footage that's going to be breaking down more details of what unfolded late last night to get this infrastructure agreement done. Now, also what we're hearing is these 10 senators, if they can't get this done, then Democrats are already getting ready for the process of reconciliation because they're saying enough is enough. We wasted enough time on these talks. We need to push through provisions and get this done. So we're going to see if this bipartisan group can get this taken care of or if Democrats will go the process of reconciliation. And just to let you know, the 10 senators that are heading this up for the Democrats is going to be Senator Joe Manchin, Jeanne Shaheen, Kirsten Sinema, John Tester, and Mark Warner. Now for the Republicans, that's going to be Senators Bill Cassidy, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Rob Portman, and Mitt Romney. So that's the 10 senators working on this right now. We'll see if they're able to pull this off. But let's go ahead and dive into this news article.
Tonight, infrastructure negotiations entering a new phase. With President Biden ending talks with a group of Republicans led by Senator Shelley Moore Capito on Tuesday and reaching out to members of a bipartisan group of moderate senators. The group huddling for 3 hours in a cramped Capitol basement office last night.
We've come together with a proposal that may be able to bridge the gap between the two sides.
The senators haven't released any details of their proposal, except that it won't raise taxes at all, a red line for attracting GOP votes. That a difficult task with Republicans opposed to much of the president's initial plan. This as frustration builds among some Democrats to drop bipartisan talks and move to pass as much as they can with just 50 Democratic votes, itself a work in progress.
If this doesn't work, would you be willing to go it alone with a Democrat-only option?
I never give up. Never give up.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And there at the end, we heard from Senator Joe Manchin, who's actually a part of these 10 lawmakers assembling this bipartisan agreement. And we heard him ask there at the end, what if this doesn't work? Are you willing to join your Democratic colleagues in the reconciliation process? To which he responded, I'm never going to give up on this, so we will see. However, a lot of people are concerned about him with reconciliation, but we saw the same thing the last time with the last stimulus, where he said he wasn't going to do it, he didn't agree, but he agreed to some modifications and eventually got on board. So we'll see where we go from here, but once again, just a quick reminder, reconciliation only requires 50 senators to advance the plan. Now, this is unlike most other legislation, which needs 60 votes to get it passed, and we know that there are 50 Democratic members in the Senate, so as long as they stay unified, and as long as Senator Joe Manchin gets on board, they can pass this through. Now, while the bipartisan group of negotiators contain only 5 Republicans, that means they're 5 GOP votes short if they wanted to pass this through the regular means. And that's if all 50 members of the Democratic caucus vote yes and stay unified. Now, liberal members of the Senate complained about the bipartisan group's negotiations this week, urging Democrats to go at it alone, saying that all this bipartisan talk is for nothing, nothing's going to come out of it, we might as well just push it through reconciliation right now. And we heard from Senator Elizabeth Warren that said, let's face it, it's time to move forward. She said the Republicans have held up this long enough. And that's not to say anything about the branch of the House, which also only holds a small majority vote for Democrats as well. So we're going to see what unfolds here, what direction we go, if this group of bipartisan lawmakers can actually make this deal work. But with that being said, let's dive into some more video footage as we have some responses from Congress.
We have some breaking news for you now in our politics lead. There may, in fact, be something of a deal on infrastructure. That group of 10 bipartisan senators who just started negotiating with the White House say they have come to an agreement on a package, and it will not include raising taxes, they say. Let's get straight to CNN's Manu Raju on Capitol Hill. Manu, 5 Democrats, 5 Republicans in this group. What do we know about the deal?
Well, details are still yet to be revealed, but they are saying that they have an agreement on what they're calling a, quote, comprehensive framework to deal with modernizing the nation's infrastructure and energy technologies. Now, what they're saying here is that they will not raise taxes. They're saying there'll be no tax increases, and they're also saying that it will be fully paid for. They're not yet revealing the overall price tag, and in talking to the senators who are involved in these negotiations, they're telling me there are tons of details that are still need to be worked out, and they're also making it very clear they have to sell their respective colleagues on this proposal that they have agreed on, and that is going to be a tall order, particularly among Democrats who say that what they are hearing from this the reports don't look good in their eyes, largely because of the contention that there will not be an increase in corporate taxes or taxes on high earners. Instead, what they've been talking about is replenishing already enacted COVID relief funds that have not been spent, using that to pay for this program, as well as raising the gas tax subject to inflation, something that some Democrats contend is a tax on low-income individuals. So Democrats on the left are saying it's time to pull the plug. That's what Senator Richard Blumenthal told me just earlier today.
I really think it's time to pull the plug now and take action promptly, robustly, because every indication is that Republicans simply aren't serious.
What do you say to some of your colleagues to say, let's pull the plug here?
I say, let's give it a little more time. The legislative process was designed to be slow and cumbersome.
So that last Senator Angus King was one of the 10 senators who did cut this deal. Now, the question will be, how do they proceed from here? They'll have to draft the legislation. They'll have to see if they have enough support to move forward. And at the same time, Jake, Democrats are preparing to move along straight party lines through the budget process that's already set in motion. They plan to do that next month. So even if this bill that this bipartisan group fails, Democrats have an alternative, but they need to get their caucus in line to do that.
So there you have it. We're going to be seeing more stimulus here very soon. We're just going to be seeing by what means it's going to be arriving. Is it going to be through this bipartisan group of lawmakers that are going to pass this through, or is it going to be through the process of reconciliation? And we've heard a lot of Democratic senators are saying that they are skeptical and they're already preparing to pass this through, as we saw in yesterday's video. If you missed it, be sure to check it out right after this, as we heard from Senator Bernie Sanders, who said he's skeptical about Republican support to get this done, and he's saying they're already getting reconciliation ready to push this through on their own so Democratic leaders can get all the provisions ready to get out. So I'll keep you guys up to date. We'll see what unfolds. And also, if you missed my other videos on unemployment, as you guys know, starting tomorrow, there's going to be 4 states ending the federal unemployment benefits in those states, which includes PUA, PEUC, and the FPUC $300 per week boost. And we actually have 25 states that are going to be ending this early. So I cover all the details in that previous video. Be sure to check it out. And also, those of you waiting for the tax refund on the tax-free unemployment for the first $10,200 of unemployment that you received in the year 2020, we've received word from the IRS of a second wave that's supposed to be hitting in the middle of June. And in that video, I also let you know how it is you can go on the IRS website and check your transcript to see if it's been processed and when and how much you'll likely be receiving. So be sure to check those out as well. I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date on all these topics here on the channel. And once again, if you like and appreciate that and you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button. If you haven't joined the viewing community, come and join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date on all these topics. Hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Join the Patreon group if you want to see what stocks or cryptos I'm trading, and get some free stocks and cryptos using the links in the description below. And with that being said, you guys, I hope this video reaches you well. I'll be sure to keep you up to date. Hope you have a blessed weekend. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.